Right.
After a while, he says the guy picked up a horseshoe and he threw it back down like that. And he says, it burned you, didn't it? And he says, no, it just doesn't take me long to look at a horseshoe.
That's what he would have done, right?
It just doesn't take me long to look at a horseshoe.
He didn't want to admit to his mistake.
What you got there?
That's
a gorgeous book. What is it?
I was at the local Habitat for Humanities.
Uh-huh.
And what I found here was the Handbook for Chemistry and Physics.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. Now.
From what year?
Oh, I really don't care. 1956.
56. That was a good year for physics.
Let's see what the atomic weight of. We can find out anything.
All right, well, that'll become one of our new tabletop books.
There you go.
That's a good one. That's a good tabletop book for the party. Yes.
This is cranberry.
Do you need sugar?
Right.
What do you need?
I'll have to taste it first.
Okay.
First,
no, I don't think any sugar is necessary.
Printing was 1914.
1914.
They've had one every year.
That's probably
since.
a good one.
They've had one every year since, I think. Basic knowledge, density of water.
Anytime you have anyone has any questions, we can look it up. Yeah, we could find out what.
That's right.
What we're chemically made of.
That's right. We could if someone wanted to give out their cell phone number, we could even take calls. We could field questions.
We could field questions.
Well, that is such a
because I want a
nice
bunch of people
gift.
calling me.
Where did you find it?
Habitat for Humanity.
Habitat for Humanity. Get some good books.
That's right.
Get your books here at Habitat. Don't burn them.
Where is it?
Don't eat them. Read them.
You know, Biltmore Avenue, when you're going down right after the bridge, when it got all flooded, you make a left, like you go into AB Tech, and right there.
Oh.
On your left-hand side. And they had, I mean, if you want, they had a huge commercial, steam kettle. They had
really? How much is that? We could use.
I didn't inquire.
We could use that.
Yeah, I didn't inquire.
Did it have a Linhof tripod?
No, I didn't see any tripods.
That's where I got mine.
But they had, they have everything. I mean, there.
Now, was it where you go up the back way to get to downtown?
Yeah.
Is it? And that big building looks like almost like a bus barn or something. Is that what it is?
It has the little triangular awnings coming off it.
You don't know Habitat for Humanity?
Oh, you have to go.
Okay.
There's tables,
there's a
chairs.
It's right beside Biltmore.
So I do when I first got to town.
Yeah.
I figured out where the thrift store was.
Yeah.
Which is a scrap metal yard.
Yes.
Okay, it's right beside the scrap metal
Recently,
yard.
the Grove Park, when hotels in the area,
hotels in the area, where I got the
when they're renovating, they send their stuff there. So, I mean, they had.
You're right. I didn't get it there, did I? Where did I? No, I got it at Goodwill. I got it at
Beautiful leather
Goodwill.
chairs.
Oh, that's all right.
$40 a piece or something. You could took them home.
Yeah,
but I paid
and you're doing good. You get that
money. More that you buy from there, it doesn't go into landfill.
Right.
That's right.
And the money goes somewhere besides the corporate pocket. It goes towards more people getting houses.
But it's an awesome place. I go there. I try and go there maybe twice a week just to browse, and see. And they have books there too.
Oh,
did you get your hat there?
No, this hat I got a long time ago.
Well, you're looking very bad today.
I'm trying to keep warm.
38th edition.
Is that a dig? I mean, is he look good,
bad,
bad, or bad?
Smile.
Yeah,
She's
good, bad, or bad,
He's
bad?
looking like a, motorcycle guy or something.
Well,
looking bad.
Got my guitar, and I was gonna.
Yeah, bad in a good way.
I was gonna pick some, and I told John I'd stop by. I invited 2 other musicians. They're practicing for a gig tomorrow, and if they make it, they'll be here also. I don't know what kind of music they play, actually, but,
Did you see that this is Chemical Rubber Publishing Company?
Yeah.
What is Chemical Rubber Publishing?
Well, you put 2 and 2 together.
That's funny, isn't it? It's a funny name.
And it's India paper.
India paper. It's very thin. It's very thin, like
Bible paper.
Like Bible paper. Yeah. There's a lot of pages in that book.
It was a Bible when you walked in.
Yeah.
It's printed up like a Bible, but it's a little
for the
thicker.
day, selling his Bibles.
Really nice.
It's a bit thicker.
Preaching the chemistry to the mad
You
scientist.
get the wrong color collar on.
Yeah.
It's
And
about
it was $1. That's what was really good.
Well, you came sort of matching our background today. Oh, I don't have you on TV at all.
Oh,
mystery.
Yeah.
Look, you go opposite.
Y'all need to
Well,
scoot down.
He just wants you close.
Look at that.
Just get.
What's in this book, John?
Well, that's.
Is it a register?
Is it a register? He's got to sign in.
It would be nice if you had a register for your guests. You know?
Well, maybe we should do that. I bet you could find one.
I'm going to find one for you. Yeah, because it'd be cool if everyone just signed in, like you were going to, like a hotel or something. Said, my experience at the and then we could read them. Like
I know his first experience was a bite of fruitcake.
Oh, that was a bad experience. I'm telling you.
Who brought the fruitcake?
I brought the fruitcake. It's a Claxton. It's one of those basic Claxton.
We went to the new.
Wait a minute. Now smooth fruit down some more, Joe, so you'll be in the shot. Come on.
Can I mention Dunkin'?
Can we just move the camera?
What?
Can I mention Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah, go ahead.
We went to Dunkin' Donuts.
Did you go to the opening?
Dunkin' Donuts by my house, and it was greasy good.
Greasy good.
So maybe we can bring like a half dozen Dunkin' Donuts one day to the tea party. That ought to be.
You go to Bojangles and get a case of the Bojangles, and then when you go back home, you get another case of the Bojangles all the way to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Oh, that's my friend. He tells me.
Bojangles.
I couldn't eat that stuff. He no, you can't eat no Bojangles or none of that. That'll kill you. Kill your guts, man.
Their biscuits are good though. Their biscuits are really good.
Mm-hmm.
I eat
Did you try those?
Bojangles. I've built up my immunity.
we don't have Bojangles at home, so.
So you have no
Do you have
immunity.
Popeyes?
We just got a Popeyes at home.
Well,
before
see,
I left.
Bojangles is supposed to be like a competitor of Popeyes.
Oh,
So they try to be Popeyes. But their red beans just aren't quite right, and their spicy chicken isn't quite right.
What was
But
that?
their
a
biscuits
cheap
are good.
Popeyes knockoff then.
See now,
Well,
what kind of
they're
studio
trying,
is
but
this?
they don't-
You
they don't get
only
it.
see my hands. See?
Is it okay? Well, you can slide forward. You can slide back some, and you can slide.
Why can't we just move the camera?
Okay,
We got the camera set up perfectly.
Move the camera.
Yeah, it's perfect because the third guest is not on.
Right. Well,
Move down here.
So you want to be the mystery player?
move the camera.
Stop being
Don't you
a
want people to
selfish
wonder
I
who
don't
it
want to
is?
knock things over.
Okay, let's see what the other camera looks like just for fun. What's this look like?
Not
Uh-oh.
that-
There
I
you go.
get to
Okay,
play.
can you
It's
get in
me.
that shot? Look
You
now.
want to come here?
Right,
You can sit
okay,
here.
no. He can scoot up forward toward the corner of the table, and then maybe he'll be in
Oh,
the
there
shot.
you go.
How's that?
No,
Yeah,
a little
there.
to
That's
your
some nice
left.
hands.
That's even
No,
better.
to your
Wow.
Look at the camera
But
and
if you
scoot.
go this way, see?
If you notice that we're on this camera right here,
Right now to
this is
your
active this is live.
Let's switch it back to that one and move it.
I'll figure it out, don't worry.
It's not
I think I
rocket
can.
science.
You can sit right here. I'm done.
It's not chemistry, or else we'd have the
I'll
book.
go over there.
You trying to say I smell?
No,
Yeah, it's cold. I need my jacket back.
no. I wanted him to get on. Move the
Is he
seats
on
around.
yet?
He's totally on.
He's
Yeah, there we go. Wine opener in case you need it. You always got to carry it.
No, man, leave the wine alone.
And you can do
I don't want any more whining. I've heard
You
enough
can do
whining
a-
in my life
You can
today.
you can use it as a slide. Beer cap, you could use that as a slide too.
All right. Is that why they're in your bag?
No, I don't know how they got in that.
And
bag,
what is
but
that?
I
this
don't know
is-
how they got there.
This is a crummer. You know, like
Yeah.
if you're serving people.
Oh.
Oh, we could have
When
used
you-
that
when
earlier.
Did you just pick all this up and
When-
your humanity?
No, actually, these things I use.
Yeah. We,
Are you a Virgo or what? Oh my goodness.
here,
You know.
do you want to take the big mic over there and put it on
Keep
your?
him afterward.
on-
He's going to clean this table like you've never seen him before.
It's
Oh,
one of
but
the
say ah.
Ah, yeah, that's it.
the finer
And
advantages.
it's a shoe thing. It's a shoehorn.
I'm gonna take off my shoe and then give you
Hand that to
Well, I
him
can
and have
scoop
him
out some of
point
that fruitcake.
at his guitar. Move it on up, take it on up. There you go. Now point it at the
Ooh.
guitar.
I get the good mic.
There you go. Point it at the guitar. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's good right there.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That's
Okay.
good. That's good.
Some days I'm good, some days I'm not. But
That's good.
what the hell? Is everyone having a good Thursday, by the way? Just
It's a frustrating Thursday.
really?
I got
No,
to
it's
kick
great.
some butt today, so I'm very happy.
This is the best it's been today right now.
Did you see snow?
Yeah, it's blowing around big time out there. Like you can see it on the when you're driving. You know the little swirls on the road.
Sing us a snowy tune.
Okay, we can make up lyrics too.
Oh, good. I like that.
I can go take a walk around the block. Get a
I'm
little
not sure
doggy.
coming in out of the snow was good for you.
I'll go jog around the block. I can get like
We have to be a way faster pace than when you came from, right? Slow down, relax. Nobody's in a hurry here.
I'm in no hurry.
So where's your job?
What is my job? I got a job with my friend Troy. But not with him, but at the same place, Liberty Corner Enterprises. I help people with disabilities, supportive employment technician. So, and long story short, I go to work with people. I help them stay on task and accomplish some goals that they have, and hang out really, and just be a friend. And that's what I like about it.
That's great.
You know, like my very first day, I was helping a couple of people I served at Warren Wilson College. They wash dishes. So yeah, I was in there. I was washing a few dishes, and hanging out, getting to know the people. And yeah, it's really good. I actually like getting up and going to work now.
That's nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna, training. I'm doing a little training. I have a lot of certifications: CPR, first aid. They call it North Carolina Intervention Training, which is non-aggressive self-defense. So
Do you have one of these?
No, I don't have much use for a crumbing thing.
Well, for first aid.
A table crummer.
It's a crummer.
Yes, but I don't see this as going to be very useful in first aid.
Well,
Or
you
self-defense.
might have somebody. You might
That's
have
what he
somebody
was
with a
saying.
broken finger. You know.
That's right. I could use it as a
Yes,
split.
you could.
You're
You
right.
can.
You could use
Yeah.
it as a tongue depressor.
I didn't think about this. Yeah, you're right. This could be a split.
Could be
If someone's having a seizure, you can put it in there.
Oh no, that's bad. That's very bad.
nose picker.
No, definitely no. You don't put anything between the teeth.
Well, I was actually thinking a broken nose, long one.
You don't break
It's
it.
Pinocchio breaks his nose,
Pinocchio,
right?
that's what I was thinking of.
Oh man, this is totally not a sequitur, but I seen something on the TV the other day that just killed me. This lady is on the TV, and God bless her. You know how they have the fake mustache glass nose things? She had one on, but she didn't. It just looked like it.
But you didn't.
She had the big eyebrows and the glasses, and it was just
She had a unibrow?
kinda, yeah. It's just, I ain't trying to be mean. It was just like,
You don't normally see that on TV, do you?
well, it was just sort of like.
Was it URTV?
No, it was a perfect. It was almost perfect. Like you couldn't. If I didn't know better, I'd swear she had one of those fake nose disguises on with the glasses. And after I picked myself up off the floor because I had fell over laughing, I was like, well,
Click, click.
Okay.
you don't see that every day.
Now you're not on the shot again. You need to scoot toward the
I
something.
think he's overheating now. We got a hat.
Or down. Yep. He's been on the TV twice.
A side shot.
There you go. How's that better?
Oh, that looks lovely. Would you like some more tea?
No, I just filled up again.
Some other kind of tea.
Stick my finger in the cream.
Well, I think we'll live.
Stick my finger in the cream.
Oh, that was.
That's lyrics right there.
That's lyrics.
We're writing a song.
Well, we're gonna write a song.
Oh, that's right. We're having an impromptu songwriting competition. Is that what we're having?
Yeah, of course.
All right, that's.
I get a.
Is it impromptu? Is this extemporaneous, or are we gonna have a little?
I think the cold weather did. It's not acclimated yet.
Well, between the cold weather and banging at one time,
Yeah.
I
I think the banging didn't do good.
I was worried about that. It's not good to bang a guitar once it's been cold.
See, there's another line for a song. It's not good to bang your guitar when it's cold. That's
Stick
what I
your
told
finger
her.
in the cream.
That's for the.
Touch the virgin sugar
gotta go.
cubes. That's what he did. And sugar fruitcake.
Yeah, dude, that was.
No, I haven't done anything yet.
That was awful. That was god awful.
My grandmother taught the past little ball in.
Better than a Big Mac.
Actually,
Or Bojangles.
yeah. I'm gonna be Bojangles all the way to the bathroom after that one. I couldn't even win in the shop class. Look, Mom, have a table crummer.
How often do you get to use that?
Every time
It's
we make
been a
toast.
long
Be a
time.
sloppy eater.
Oh, that toast I make every day.
I think it's so we can snatch food from someone else's dish.
I'll tell you a story about it.
I had it in my back.
One time,
Uh-oh. Has it been clean since?
yeah, oh yeah.
Have you boiled it, please?
I was bussing tables at a fancy restaurant.
How fancy.
Whoa, man, busting this table. Whoa.
A very fancy restaurant, like Dom Perignon
And
fancy.
fruitcake. Woo!
I don't think we have fruitcake.
All
So,
right, Devine, you have to say the words. Was that you going? Oh.
there was a couple sitting there, very nicely dressed.
Oh, beautiful couple. Out of the magazine.
But yeah, almost out of magazine. I mean, suit, tie, and
Just got off a flight from Brazil. Were they frisked at the
so they,
airport?
they ordered a Chateau Briand,
Uncrows.
Croûte, champagne, everything, But at the end of the day, at the end of their meal, of course, providing the best service that I can, and preparing them for their desserts, coffee and espresso, and I went over with my little crummer, and I crumbed the table.
Did you crumb it onto their laps? Did you crumb it onto their laps?
No, I crumbed it onto a little dessert plate, like you're supposed to, into a napkin, and then I went back in the restaurant where we have the service station, and I go empty the napkin, and there's a diamond ring in there. I said, damn, that's a big crumb. So, but I quickly ran out to the table, and I said, I'm so sorry, sir. I said, I just crumbed your table, and I think I crumbed your ring. And the gentleman's mouth and the woman's mouth dropped, because he was going to propose to her that night. And I pretty much had proposed to her because I presented the ring in my crummer plate for them. So after I presented the ring to him and I said, I'm terribly sorry, here's your ring, he said, thanks. And then said, looked at the woman, she knew what was going on, and said, well, it's not exactly how I had it prepared, but would you marry me? And I don't know how their marriage ended up, but I guess they did get married. It's a true crummer story.
That's an actual crummer story.
That's a true crumb story.
True to life crummer story right there.
Yep. So that's a crumb story. I'm a veteran crummer.
He's been crumbing since the day he was born. He can crumb as the day is long. He's
There's no crumbs in Indiana. They eat in respect, right?
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Listen, you can kind of judge a city's weight by going to the Goodwill and looking at the underwear that people will leave for you to buy at the Goodwill. And most of them are not even there. It's a lot of big folks in Indiana. Not all of them, but lots of them.
I'll crumb your
I
table.
would get, you know, the information to take my Oh, that's right. It's wrist, wrist, elbow, wrist.
I ran out the house, said I'll be right back. Here I am. Wait, I was running in for a minute to
I'll be
check
right
your
back.
tape.
Check channel 20. We'll be back in 20 minutes.
Flip around, they'll be like,
Well, you know what? They flip through the channels and they'll see you right here. Like, there's mom.
it's actually the guest I'm running away from. Not the guest. She's probably flipping around.
Well, at least you can see
Indiana country.
One thing I miss about Indiana is everything's nice and it's really pretty. I think it's a nice countryside. Everything's really nice. We got flat land that we just built out instead of building up. This place has to build up because there ain't nowhere to go. But I hate, like, you know, the only thing I don't like about this is
Got a big argument about people building up on the mountainsides around town.
right, but
Nick, real hot about that.
definitely, I've heard about read about that in Mount X, I think. Yeah, but Merriman Avenue got that new 10-story building going up. 2 10-story buildings going up there on Merriman, right there on Chestnut. That'll be something. Our friend there at the coffee shop, he'll get a market increase. All construction there. I just read about it in the
I think they're still working on the designs. I'm not sure that it's been fully approved yet.
I found each other.
Us neighbors who live around there, we don't want a two-story building.
60. That's the maximum.
More in the neighborhood.
It'll be a kind of eyesore for 2 10-story well, that one there.
Well, it's a nice big lot though.
Yeah. But right now, well, it's good parking right now. That's what I've been looking for. No place to park it.
Well, I found this chart where I asked them to have the chart of the birth of the city. It's about to be amazing.
I don't know what to say. I don't think I've ever to say anything
You're a
quite yet.
newcomer.
Like, I ain't got nothing to say. Not quite yet.
Well, you know what, to us, because I just moved from South Florida, but I'm from New York, it's calm and peaceful here. But I know when you've been here, you're feeling like it's getting overcrowded, right? It's getting to be too
I
much.
see, we didn't
What?
used to have like traffic like we have now.
See, to me, there's no traffic, but I'm used to
I know.
What
I'm
part of
saying I
Florida?
moved here
What
from
part
New
of
Orleans,
Hollywood?
and
Huh?
I'm
Hollywood.
Oh, I lived in Hollywood for a little while
Oh, yeah?
myself. Yeah, I used to live down in Coconut Grove.
Okay.
So the Hollywood and
Yeah,
Coconut
that's
Grove,
right.
it's right up the road.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but when I first moved there, I moved into Hollywood,
Mm-hmm.
and then later I moved down on 27th Avenue in Miami,
Right.
and then later I moved on down to the other end of 27th Avenue, and then on into the Grove. Yeah.
It's so crowded now.
Well, see,
Oh
I
my
moved
So I've
gosh.
been through it. I've watched it, just exactly what everybody's talking about around here.
Right.
I have watched it. Now, okay, now here, let me pull this down. Put this one back up on the other end of the table for the
See, I
floor.
moved here from New Orleans, and that was one of the main reasons I moved.
Right about where that's sitting. Yeah,
Right here?
yeah, a little bit closer to the tea table. To the, yeah.
Don't drop the
Yeah,
mic.
and move.
It's very bad.
Make it flat. Make everything flat around it, and move the teacups a little bit away from it, and you'll get all that much better sound. Okay, now you're hot again. There you go. And there we go.
I moved to
Cheese
Boone.
grater?
I moved
Oh,
to
Boone?
Boone in 1992 from New York.
Wow.
And
That's country.
when I moved there, you talk about traffic differences, except for the 2 months that back then that Lone Rock had a lot of tourists. There was no traffic, and I went from New York to drive 10 miles. It took 40 minutes, and it was standard. And I usually took the bus anyway. But up there, I was like, wow, 4-lane, wow, 2-lane. Where's all the cars? But then by the time I left there about 4 years ago. Yeah, you couldn't. For most of the year, you could not, even on the back roads, you couldn't travel. It was bumper to bumper, or you could see the difference. You could definitely see the difference.
How long did you live in Hollywood?
7 years.
7. What years were you there?
2000 to 2007.
I was long gone by then. I did my last year in I left Coconut Grove for the last time in 1980.
Wow.
And it was calm then.
I wasn't even around.
Born?
Yet. I wasn't quite here yet, man.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm only 26, brother.
That's
Only.
It's a beautiful thing.
Just a tad over a quarter of a century.
I'm 26 years of being a pain in everyone's backside. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
My sister,
Here's to being a pain, a thorn in the side of the man.
my dear sister, for my 25th birthday, she got me a bottle of acetaminophen, and she wrote on there, "Pass these out to all your friends because you're such a pain in the." She wrote that was my birthday card.
We've got a new dog like that.
So when were you born? 81?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Pain in the arse.
When I moved here, houses were like 20% of what they are now to buy in '89.
And it's still, even in Florida, my
Yeah.
taxes and insurance were
more.
almost $15,000 a year to
Really?
$2,000 here. Isn't that nuts?
That's a lot of
That's
difference.
a lot of money.
And that's how come people are coming here.
Well, I mean, that's not why I
Besides
picked
the fact that
Asheville.
it's beautiful and it's
But
kind of
I wanted
a
peace.
sophisticated
Right,
city with a lot to offer in the middle of the mountains.
right.
With a good climate. Fairly decent climate here.
I picked it because where else can you do astrology, in the South? Not many places are accepting.
New Orleans and here.
Right, and New Orleans isn't at its best right now.
Yeah. Well, I moved here from there.
Uh-huh.
And one of the main reasons I moved was to get away from the heat and the congestion
Oh,
in
see,
New Orleans.
congestion, I know.
Now it's coming here.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't
Yes.
running for anything. I just hit the road.
So where were
and-
you in New York?
Staten Island.
Oh, yeah. I used to ride that Felt Parkway.
Yep.
To New Jersey, because I lived in New Jersey 6 years, and
So
I'm
you
from
li-
Long Island.
You
so.
moved up there too. You're from Long
Long
Island.
Island was a rough.
We're in Long Island.
Rocky Point.
We're in
Okay.
Long Island.
Yeah.
Road, Long Island. I'm a Long Islander.
Long Island. I
Yes.
used to live in Whitestone.
Oh, sure. I know. I know. Please.
See, so
Family in Queens.
we've really lived
No,
close to
yeah.
one another a lot.
I have
I
relatives
don't
in
ever want to
Whitestone.
visit.
Paths haven't
Never.
crossed
Do you know-
before, but now they have.
What?
Your
Oh,
paths
no.
haven't crossed before,
I
but
went
now
to.
they have.
I moved to Fairview, and I went to the post office there.
Uh-huh.
And the guy that runs the post
Yeah.
office was in an orphanage that my first job out on Eastern Long Island. He was one of the orphans there.
Really, that's
Isn't that amazing?
That is
That
amazing.
is amazing.
It's like, he's like, Father Fagan. I'm like, yeah, I used to deliver the mail to the kids. Like, probably you, but he's a little older. But
Wow.
what a small
So you moved
world.
to Fairview? You're in
Yeah.
Fairview?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice and close, and it's still country.
Oh, it's beautiful. My gentleman friend lives just past the Parkway on 74.
Mm-hmm. That's where I am on 74, right off of it.
Yeah.
See Bear out
do you
there?
know where the Parkway crosses over the 74? Well, he's just right in that area.
Right on the
Just-
Parkway?
No,
No,
right
just
close.
after you
Right.
pass
That
the
next-
park.
Oh, I'm like 5
next
miles
road.
up on the left.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty country down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
a real pretty little road right up there. That's a nice little.
And it's
Hill.
fast right here. It's 10 minutes. That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
You're in Hollywood going to Fort Lauderdale, even though it's only 15 minutes. It's like an hour.
It's an hour.
Almost
It's
getting
only
hit
15
20,000
minutes,
times. I was
that's
like, it's worse than driving in Manhattan. I lived in Manhattan for years. I'd rather drive in Manhattan than Florida.
I don't
South
know
Florida.
that I could say that, but I've not been to Florida in a long time.
I'm telling you, it's bad. It's the worst drivers.
Chicago's
They said
no
that.
better.
The worst.
You know why, don't you?
Well, why? Tell me.
'Cause
Well, they say.
Because they all moved there from Manhattan. What, is
No,
that
New
what you're
Yorkers. No, they blame it on New Yorkers. They say
Yeah,
we're rude.
That's right. Oh yeah.
The
Oh
old,
no.
They say the old people.
New
but it's
Yorkers are
the
rude.
old, but it's not. It's a combination of not
because
speaking.
when I used to live there, it was all the old people.
No, it's not.
Just being
It's
horrible
everything.
drivers, because they
It's
shouldn't be driving
foreigners.
anymore.
They give licenses to anybody.
Right. I'll tell you a story. When I first
Yeah, they do. You don't even have to speak the language. You get a license.
when I first moved to Whitestone, I was honestly I didn't know my way around all that good, and I was looking for a particular address, and I had wound up. Anyway, I'm riding along rather slowly, and I'm trying, and I'm trying to check out some addresses and trying to find this particular place.
Beep beep.
And the cab driver behind me hollers out of his window loud enough that I can hear him quite well. He says, "Let's move it. You're in the city now, Carolina. Move it, Carolina. You're in the city now." That's what he says. Move it, Carolina. You're in the city, because he saw my license plate. Move it, Carolina. You're in the city now.
That's funny. But you people, you do that here about Floridians, don't you? Because I know. So we all do it.
I discriminate by state. I do it to everybody.
I know.
The
Get out of
driving
my way.
tactics are different. Like I still haven't encountered the closeness at the high speed yet. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
go on the BQE,
Oh yeah.
and there's
Ooh.
pretty much you're at 55 miles an hour, but you're only
BQE,
you're only
right.
5 feet away from the next car.
I
That's
don't
standard.
know that.
Oh
The
yeah.
break.
No, that's like.
That's it. You know.
But you know, I find New York, they pretty much know what they're doing. I think in Florida,
They're acclimated to it.
No, literally, they'll
Well,
go
they
from
don't
the
survive.
right.
They simply
they'll go
don't
across
survive.
5 lanes and just like out of the blue go, "Oh, I'm making a left." Ah!
All
It's
right.
like
Right.
Turn
It's-
signals. Yeah.
It's survival of the fittest,
It
and we know.
is.
Then we know the deal on this. And there's two schools of music, two schools of thought on turn signals in New York City. One is it's good to use your signals, and the other one is why to give the enemy the advantage of knowing what you're going to do.
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
I do love nobody beeps here, and you do get right back at
Oh,
because
somebody beeped me
I
yesterday.
haven't been.
Somebody beeped me yesterday,
very rare.
and it some blank Yankee, no doubt, beeped me yesterday
Blankety yankety.
because
Bleeping blankety yankety.
because they thought I should be making a right on red, but there was plainly a sign up that
see, yeah,
said
that's so not
no,
fair.
right, no. Wait a minute, that's not. I got beeped twice. That was the day before yesterday. Yesterday I got beeped because the light was turning orange, and as I was cruising up, and instead of
running through.
flooring it and running through the orange light, I stopped at the orange light, and this guy just beeped. He was just like the gall of stopping for an orange light was more than.
In Florida, you'd get killed stopping at an orange light. No, you do. You have to go.
Well, this
you
was-
will die.
No doubt this
Nobody
was a
stopped.
Floridian.
I think the worst driving though is the Beltway in DC.
Yeah, they
They
say
are
any major
so-
city.
Oh, I didn't even bring up DC.
I
So aggressive in DC.
And you get
It's
lost in the
any
beltways.
city, I guess.
You go round and round.
Oh,
the
that's like
beltway.
Charlotte. I've
And
been
then
on
there's,
that
there's
belt
all
like
these
in a
cars with
fog.
these flags on the side, and you're like, oh, they didn't make it.
I
They didn't
go
make
around-
it. You know, I'm next. They didn't make it. I'm next. You know.
Just wave this at
Yeah.
I go around and around
you can-
in
you can
Raleigh.
scrape ice.
On the-
Do you?
Yeah, on the Beltway in Raleigh, I go around and around
Yeah,
that.
well, you're going north, and all of a sudden you're
It
going
says
south.
south, and then it says west.
And then I'm like, I didn't get off the road.
I know, right, and I didn't see my exit either.
Going south. I do that in the belt in Charlotte. I'm going, it's telling you west, then it's north, then it's south. I'm going, where am I?
No.
All I see is the same thing over and over. And it's
About hit a
probably-
guy in downtown Chicago. Was it 10 o'clock at night? All the lights in there. I had never driven downtown Chicago. I'm like, I've just got my driver's license, man. That gave me nightmares. I don't know if you ever had driving nightmares, but that'll do it. Downtown Chicago during party hour.
During party.
I mean, and by party hour, I mean basically any time on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's
Downtown.
funny.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, any
FOL.
city, I guess.
First time I've ever been at a 5-point intersection was there in Chicago.
Five.
My life, yeah, 5, yeah. Maybe it was a 6-point. I don't even remember. There's so many of the 5 and 6
She's the
point.
lazy own. Well, cars going every which way.
That was
Well,
bad.
Let me have
I got my license here. She said there's people that can't see at all that have their licenses in Florida. They come here because they plan on driving.
Can't see it all.
And they can't even see any of the letters or any of the signs, nothing. And they all have had their licenses.
Awesome.
They don't give them to them here, but in Florida, you...
I can't even get my license changed over here because I can't, like, my Indiana driver's license has my middle initial. and I don't have any documentation on me that has my middle name spelled out, and they won't give me my driver's license until I get my birth certificate sent from Indiana.
Wow.
Yeah, and the guy, he was just as glad as he could be to not let me get my driver's license. He just he had like an orgasm right there in the chair.
You're talking sex?
A
No sex on this show?
license Nazi.
You're missing the middle initial. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that a bad word? I can't say that word.
You can't.
No, you can say that.
You
Okay,
can't get your
good.
license. You're missing the
What,
middle
orgasm
initial.
or Nazi?
No, either.
Now, what about
Wait a
all the
minute,
people who can't drive but
that's
come with their
violence
middle
and
initials?
sex.
Of their middle names all spelled out? I
Then
don't
they
know.
get their licenses.
I don't know.
But see, that's, you know.
You know, I was like, I mean, yeah, you know, this is really bad. You give a guy a desk and the power to totally screw up your day, and he gets a swelled head about it. That's fantastic.
Well, you know, they got to take it out on someone.
Well, you know, the SS was made up with all those little small-minded people. That's all you need. There's a bunch of them banding together.
So all we need to do is get all the people who work at the DMVs all across the country in every state and the TSA together, and right there we've got an SS. Well, that's great.
You got an SS card.
Isn't that what Homeland Security was supposed to do?
SS.
You're never getting it
They
now
got paid
because
a
they're
lot of
all
money.
watching
Oh,
the show.
Good.
Right? Aren't they all
Good.
home watching the show?
That
He's
sounds
never
good
getting
to
his
me.
license
That
now.
sounds good to me.
I'll recognize that boy. He's the
I know that boy.
He's the middle initial.
He's a
The
guy.
middle initial.
He was making fun
Maybe
of
it
us
was
there.
the
at the
letter
DMV.
they didn't like. What is it?
Pull all the cards but no middle initial.
Yeah. Oh well. That'll dampen your day, man. Really, it will.
Hey, having to take the test over. That's not fun. They don't make you do that in Florida.
Yeah, I still
Did you
read.
have to?
test.
I
Yeah.
have to take a driving
But if
Here you
exam.
do. No, if you.
If you renew your license before it expires,
You're
you
good.
don't have to take the test again.
But it's 'cause I'm out of
So, but
state.
you do have to take. Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to take a written
Yeah,
test.
yeah. You have to take the written test coming in, but then if you keep your license up and don't let it expire, you don't have to do that anymore.
Right.
But you still have to take that vision test.
Yeah.
You trying to figure out how to conceal
Well, let
it
me
as a
tell
weapon,
you,
or you?
I didn't know what half of
How
those.
do you
They
use
were
it
up
as
a
a
hill
slide?
trucks. You know, what do you do when a big truck's going up a hill?
Hey,
I go,
I'm a chef.
I never saw one
I
of those.
They run out of
pictures.
slides and they
No,
come
and
across the cheese
fortified
grater.
liquor,
Looks like it would work.
the fortified, what is
Oh,
it? The
the alcohol
fortified
thing?
wine thing.
Oh,
I never even heard of fortified
it
wine.
was funny.
Hey there.
No.
Hey there.
Fortified wine. Do you know what fortified
Yeah,
wine
basically
is?
why did they stuck ethanol into? Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
okay.
Hey, I used to drink, and I never knew that.
Well, traditionally they.
Why they put
traditionally
carbon
they-
monoxide in meat?
To keep it from turning gray.
Okay, and why does the
Fortified?
FDA say it's okay as long as you put a label on it?
Fortified
for the,
meat.
for the profit. For the profit.
Man, the government doesn't do a
You
good job
taking my
keeping our food
monitor?
supply safe.
The government does not do anything.
Not anything
What do we
worthwhile.
need them for? What do we
Figured.
need the government for?
Basic
Well, they
protection
don't
and
do
uplift of
anything.
all of its
It's
citizens.
changing.
This comes back to the time of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights
Mm-hmm.
as to why we needed the government. They thought it would be a good idea to have a unifying system for the protection of the new states in the new world. Made a lot of sense. It still makes a lot of sense.
Looks good on paper, doesn't it?
But it got out of hand.
Yeah.
You know, obviously enough.
Well, when you do astrology, Pluto is going into Capricorn, which rules the government, and it is going to change.
When is that?
Start in January.
For the
but It's
better?
going to be the next 16 years.
For the better.
It's been in Sagittarius. Think about how religion's been affected now, and all the Catholic Church and all that's come
Well,
up in
you
the
know,
last
I'm a
16 years.
Sagittarian, and
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
look
ruled
at the
by
Catholic
religion.
Church.
Huh?
Yeah, look
Well,
at
what's
the
happened
Catholic
in the last
Church.
16 years? They destroy, so now it's going to be the government, and this is huge. We're going to not be the same after this is over.
Is it going to be better or
Well,
worse?
it rips it apart, and then it builds it up differently. I don't think it's not going to be the same. It's totally destroying the government as we know it.
Well, it's been a
And
very
Asheville's a cap-
angst-filled time
It has.
for many of us.
Okay, the big question: how's that going to affect public access funding?
Well, no.
Well, that's about emails, I think, that are messing it up, right? Some stuff going around here or something. You're a Sagittarius?
Freedom of speech is anti-capitalist.
When's your
Freedom of
December
speech is
17th.
anti-capitalist. isn't it?
17? So you have
That's
Pluto on
right.
your sun sign right now. You've been
The last thing the man wants us to do is talk amongst ourselves.
Dan come in, that was
Just talk about
unbelievable.
what?
Anything we want to.
Major, like
They want
feels
us to
like
talk about
hell
nothing.
and back or no?
They want us to
like,
talk about what they want us to talk about.
That's why.
Well, it's not just that. It's
That's
been a
right.
whole year.
That's
17.
That's why I have the tea party. It's at the tea table is so that we can talk about whatever we want to talk about.
That's
Here,
why I'm here.
a hopefully
And in
civilized
fact, there is something
conversation.
I want to talk about.
over
Something that
a-
actually really upset me, and
More
maybe we'll talk
powerful.
about it in a minute.
Maybe for
What,
you.
what has upset you?
Always.
Well, I'll wait till we.
Has
I'll wait till we have a
there been a
lull. It's
male
no
in
big
your
deal.
life that's no longer around?
I'm
Or?
not- John would be my new man,
Okay.
but he's my adopted little brother. So there's nothing
It's a little creepy.
untoward going on there.
So, has anybody read the Mountain Express last week? Of course, no, you haven't. Now, there's a story and there's an editorial about a little boy who goes to school and his family's not rich. They're poor and they've got food stamps and on free lunch. And something happened where
I read it.
No such thing
this
as-
boy,
I read
the
it.
whole,
How can you be eating it? It's just awful.
the boy,
Awful.
The cake you don't
Do
like.
you want some cookies?
You know, like awful, OFFUL.
You didn't like it?
Awful.
Is it?
ale.
It tastes like crap, I hear. No.
Bloody awful.
Tastes like awful.
See, this kid would rather. I don't know. This or a cheese sandwich. Would you rather have that or a cheese? That's what this kid's getting for school lunch now.
So you cut a piece of this and you ate it and you didn't like it. It was
Well, his
bad.
family can't pay for
Right, I read